Chapter 13. The End of a Quest. The Beginning of a New Life. Welcome back. Every soul has a moment. One single life-changing moment. When the search finally ends. When the heart says, yes, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. Today, we witness that very moment in Tribhuvan's life. The teacher of Paadra. In the town of Paadra, in Kathiawad, there lived a man named Master Ujamshi. He was no ordinary man. His sister was married to Keshamlal Premchand Shah of Paadra. Once, when Ujamshi came to visit her, he felt something special about the atmosphere of Paadra. Something deeply spiritual, deeply peaceful, and he decided, I will make this place my home. Ujamshi had studied at the pathshala, a traditional school of Jain learning. He taught Jainism not just as a subject, but as a way of life. For him, guiding others to happiness was the highest form of worship. But Ujamshi was much more than a teacher. He was a poet, a singer, a musician. When he sat with his harmonium in the Derasar, the prayer hall, and began to sing devotional songs to the Arihants, something magical happened. The whole air around him would fill with devotion. People would stop, listen, and feel their hearts lift. Now, as a teacher, Ujamshi was something else. He taught his students the most important Jain sutras, Panch Pratikraman, Navsmaran, Jivichar, Navtattva, ancient prayers and teachings written in Sanskrit and Prakrit. And he taught them so thoroughly, so deeply, that his students could recite these sutras perfectly, even if you woke them up from deep sleep in the middle of the night. He did not allow even a single mispronunciation, not one wrong word. These sacred texts deserved nothing less than perfection. He was inspiring, he was strict, and he was brilliant. And then there was Tribhuvan. By the age of just 9 years old, Tribhuvan had already memorized the sutras of Panch Pratikraman in Master Ujamshi's pathshala. Think about that, 9 years old. And he didn't stop there. By the time he turned 12, he had learnt Navtattva, Jivichar, and many other prakrans, along with their full meanings. He understood what he was saying, not just how to say it. He even began teaching these prayers to newly initiated sadhvis, nuns who had just entered the ascetic life. Master Ujamshi looked at this young boy and thought to himself, I have found a truly worthy student. One day, Master Ujamshi called Tribhuvan to him and said, Look, my child, you have already memorized the essential sutras, stavans and sadhvis. Now, I am going to teach you something very special. A beautiful sadhai, a hymn that will stay with you and help you throughout your entire life. Tribhuvan's eyes lit up. Which one is it, sir? He asked, eager, curious, thirsting for knowledge. Master Ujamshi smiled and said, It is the Samkitna Sadsat Bolni Sajjai. This was no ordinary hymn. It was composed by the great Upadhyay Shri Premvijayji Maharaj. It had 67 beautiful gathas, verses, describing the 67 aspects of Samyag Darshan. And Samyag Darshan, right perception, is the very foundation of the Jain religion. In these gathas, the great Upadhyay Maharaj described Samyag Darshan as a clear, intuitive and true understanding of this world and of oneself as a soul. Imagine really understanding who you are and why you are here. That is what this sacred hymn pointed toward. Tribhuvan made a strong resolve right then and there, "Sir, I shall start memorizing these verses from today itself." Master Ujamshi smiled and announced to the entire pathshala, "Very well. Exactly 1 month from today, I shall conduct a test of this sadhvis for all students. Let us see who wins the first prize." The students were excited. The preparation began. 1 month passed. The day of the test arrived. One by one, every student stood up and recited the verses in front of their beloved teacher. And when it was all done, Master Ujamshi made his announcement. Tribhuvan's recitation was the best. The class erupted in thunderous applause. That young boy, with his pure heart and sharp mind, had done it again. Now, around this time, Master Ujamshi himself was a student too. Yes, even a great teacher never stops learning. He was studying a deep Jain scripture called Kammapayadi. And the one person who had mastered the scripture, who had studied it with great depth, was a brilliant Jain monk named Muni Shri Premvijayji. He was the disciple of the revered Shri Premvijayji Maharaj. During 1967 to 1910, when Panyas Shri Premvijayji Maharaj's Chomasa, the 4-month monsoon stay, was in Baroda, Ujamshi would often visit Muni Shri Premvijayji to discuss the difficult teachings of the Kammapayadi. And one day, Ujamshi took Tribhuvan along with him. The moment that changed everything. As Ujamshi introduced the young Tribhuvan to Muni Shri Premvijayji Maharaj, he said, "This is Premvijayji Maharaj, the one I turn to for understanding the most difficult sutras of the philosophy of karma." Tribhuvan looked at the Muni, and in that one moment, something happened inside him. A stirring, a recognition, a deep quiet knowing. Before him sat a monk who radiated love, devotion, purity, simplicity, and a beautiful vairagya, non-attachment from all the things of this world. This was not just any saint. This was the Muni he had been searching for, perhaps without even knowing it, ever since he could remember. His heart whispered, "He is my Guru." And quietly, with full devotion, the young Tribhuvan bowed and spoke those sacred words, "Gurudev, I bow unto thee." His quest had ended and a new life had just begun. There is an ancient saying from the East, "When the student is ready, the teacher appears." Tribhuvan had prepared himself through years of study, devotion, and sincere longing. And the moment he was truly ready, life brought him exactly the guide he needed. Dear listeners, perhaps we are all searching for something, a truth, a teacher, a purpose. And perhaps if we prepare our hearts the way Tribhuvan did, with honesty, with devotion, with sincerity, our moment of recognition will come too. This is the chapter 13 of the life of Tribhuvan. Stay with us for the next chapter. End of chapter 13.